Let's transition over to the beer mile. See, I didn't use did I?
Nope.
No, I don't
Transition
think
to
you
the
did.
beer mile, baby.
Transition over to the beer mile. For those of you who weren't paying attention, Chris and Chris and Adam
It was delayed.
are the front runners of the Beer Mile podcast, and Chris over here is the American record holder for the Beer Mile.
Big guy.
And Chris just competed at Worlds in England.
England.
England. So
Like a
you're back on
suburb
the
of
stage.
Manchester.
Yeah.
Suburb of Manchester. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the States.
You're back on this. You're back on the
America,
stage. No virtual shit anymore. What was it like to just be back? What was the
Thank
atmosphere
God.
like?
Oh God. Well, I was only there for 72 hours, so it was very quick. Being back, I mean, it's kind of nice. It was a very busy few weekends there,
Rushed.
traveling a lot, very rushed,
Mm.
more of a chore. So it was like literally a business trip. It wasn't, I mean, it was fun. Obviously it was fun.
I thought you
but
went
it was like
you
a
went
business
to
trip.
like win though.
All business, no
I
pleasure.
went there to win, to just get in, wipe the floor with everyone, get out. No, that's not really what happened. So it was just annoying. So like traveling right now, you got to get tons of COVID tests, which was annoying and expensive. The COVID test was $100 in
Damn.
England. And so that piece sucked. And then when I was there, the first 2 days, the 2 days before the race, I was still working. So I like worked US time. So I worked from like 2 p.m. to like 9 p.m. each day or something like that.
God.
So it wasn't really, other than the day of the race and then going out after the race, other than that, like that 16 hours, it was like literally a business trip. But it was a fun 16 hours.
Good to see a revival though. Like last year with the virtual was just not the same.
I think the production, they did a good job with
the production
it,
was insane, but the
it's
racing
not-
and like
yeah.
camaraderie, you can't.
You
I mean,
can't,
you just can't do
replicate that.
We could do
Yeah.
a Zoom party for it.
Yeah.
There you go.
True. So the most miserable thing though, so it's Sunday, then flying home. So Saturday went out at night, paid for a hotel. I don't even know why I paid for a hotel because I slept for 2 hours, got on the plane, and then I had all the video footage and like Corey broke the world record. So the whole name of the game is like, as you know, like get it out as fast as possible, the video.
Yeah.
So I'm extremely
Running on 2 hours of
sleep deprived, extremely, had a couple more beverages than I should have, obviously, because I did a beer mile.
So you like
And
woke
then-
up probably drunk, right?
I mean, I don't even think I really slept. I was like, I had my worst, if you're familiar with Whoop, I had 1% recovery, the optimal score. It's like the worst thing you can ever get.
Really?
Anywho, so then the whole plane ride back, I felt like I was going to puke the whole way. Couldn't eat anything that day and had to edit the video for like 8 hours straight
Well,
on the plane.
Damn.
On the plane.
You
I
you
just
should've gotten-
edited the
you
video
should've
the
gotten
whole
drinks
time.
on the plane.
Oh no, I couldn't. I thought I was going to puke. It was so bad. I did not feel good at all, but worth it. Got the video out, got the video done.
I mean, the video is hype. Also, people like, I think that's one of the most professional ones that we've done.
Which is funny because there was no one filming besides me. I just
know.
put the
Wait,
GoPros
so
up
who
and
filmed while you were racing though?
me.
no, while you
set
were
up-
racing.
Yeah, me. I literally just set the
nobody.
GoPros up. Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
You'd say nobody. Who the GoPros were standing.
The
Like you weren't
yeah.
literally like operating the
Oh
cameras.
yeah, no,
I see.
no. For all of it, so I walked
thought
around
we had-
before the race and stuff with
You
my
had some
camera.
volunteers, right?
No,
You didn't
No.
ask anyone?
so for the first couple heats, there were 2 women on a buggy, a golf cart, that were driving the outside lane, and they were doing some shots with my GoPro on a stick. But then the buggy died, and so died before the championship race. So they had great footage of the B race.
Do they call it a buggy? Is that what
They call it a buggy. Yeah. Driving the buggy around.
Driving the buggy.
Driving the buggy.
Buggy.
Welcome to Lee. It's going to be a cracking time.
I've heard that a lot. Cracking.
They say that's their lingo. Everything's cracking.
Is that what's that in America? Like
Crack a lack.
It's
awesome.
going to be it's going to be a blast. It's going to be
Um,
cracking. I like it. It's a good
My
one.
coworkers, they watch the show Love Island.
Yeah.
And they'll just be literally in the middle of the
love
workday
Love
and just be like,
You chatting shit.
Love Island is like the shittiest British TV show ever, but it's so good.
I
Like
haven't seen it yet, but I've heard good things.
if you like The Bachelor and you just want to add some British spice into it,
Oh, yeah.
it's good.
yeah.
see, I grew up watching Skins in college.
Yeah.
Skins is a British teen drama. I love that show, man. Everyone's just so vulgar.
British shows are super good.
There's
love
no,
British
there's no like, the FCC doesn't block British shows as much as American
At
shows.
all.
This isn't like new slang, but they also say mental a lot, which I think is pretty funny.
I've heard
Oh, like,
that
bruv,
before.
that's
like,
mental.
Corey, you ran 428. That's fucking mental, man. Like, that's so good. I love that word.
It's kind of offensive.
I was gonna say, can you say that?
I don't know. As long as you say it in a British accent, it's okay. And it's funny.
So you guys have, through the beer mile, you guys have met so many types of runners, a bunch of goofy people, a bunch of cool people. Like, do you think there's like a trend of like which runner type? Example, I'm a mid-distance runner. You guys are long-distance runners. And then you got the ultra-marathon runners. Which one do you think has like kind of, which one has the most success?
I feel
let
like
you take that.
the one that I've at least seen a lot recently have been like journeyman runners that like a lot of people will like work at least a part-time job, if not full-time. And they like really enjoy it because it gets their mind off of running. So
So you're saying,
I think those people are successful.
So the non-serious runners.
wait, what are we talking about? Successes in like
what's-
success on
or are
like
you
us on
saying,
the
like,
podcast or like
or
in
like
the running
attribution?
world?
What have
Or,
you seen?
to-
Like these great beer milers, like what is their running type? Like do they like to,
well, beer mile specifically, the mile basically.
Yeah.
Like
Milers.
Corey's a miler.
1,500 guys.
1,500.
Yeah.
It, like literally, if you were to look at the men's or women's results, probably too.
Just their 1,500
Look
PRs.
at like 1,500 PBs. It's basically like the order of the beer mile finish is basically in the order of people's like 1,500 meter PB,
Right.
more or less.
Oh.
Because like everyone there can chug beers like the same, roughly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
know?
you can only chug so fast.
You
so
can only
it's-
chug so fast. You can maybe chug like 1 second faster than someone else or two, but it ultimately just kind of comes down to the running. So
Yeah.
1,500 meter runner all the way. You got to be fast.
I guess it makes sense. A beer
Yeah.
mile, 1,500 mile.
Yeah.
Would you
Okay.
rather have like who would you bet on, somebody coming up from an 800 to run a beer mile or somebody going down from like steeple?
I think going down because I
Probably
think
the steeple.
this is my take. This is actually, we talked about this there too. So a lot of the women that went for the USA are like more ultra runners,
Yeah.
mountain runners. And I think the more of a distance runner you are, just the more like, I mean, this is going to sound bad, but like mentally tough you are in the
Yeah.
sense that like you're used to suffering for like 30 minutes, an hour straight.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, my stomach hurts. I can suck it up for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I
That's a
feel
good
like
point.
stepping down from that aspect is like the mental pieces there. But I don't know if that's, I mean, if you have an
If that's
800 guy that
accurate.
can chug beers, he would smoke everyone too. So like it doesn't,
True,
I don't know.
true.
I mean, I never broke like 6 minutes, and I don't even think that's even official because I feel like I had way too many leftovers and I would do it. But like, to
Still
me-
solid though.
6 is a respectable barrier.
You did a couple where you do like beer 800. I remember when you were like practicing for the one beer
yeah.
mile we were doing, you did a couple like beer 800, just 2 beers, 2 laps, and you could do those pretty quick.
yeah, those were good workouts. I always do my workout and then I finish off with that.
Yeah.
Just make the most sense.
What's
of
the
them.
fastest you ever done a beer 800?
Well, I don't count because I did throw up
During or after?
after me and my
Oh,
buddy. Me and my
after
buddy.
counts. After counts.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy did it together. He's like, "Hey, want to just chug some beers in the morning?" Oh yeah, man. So we did.
It's college,
This
you
was
know?
so awkward, dude. Because like we did this workout. It was a 2x8, and my fastest for that one was, let's see, under 3 minutes.
I was gonna say, I feel like I swear I remember you doing it like more like 240 or 230 or
Yeah.
something for.
But then
for
like it
beer
was
8.
awkward because we were doing it.
So you just
and-
got to put those back to back.
yeah, pretty much. I gotta just hold it. I just gotta
You
hold
just got to
it.
hold it. Yeah, got to hold that pace.
It was so awkward because while we were doing this in like a high school track, like this youth group comes down
Oh, no.
as we're doing this, and we're literally in the middle of the split too. It's not we can just like, oh, pick up, let's go.
yeah.
It was like, fuck, we're literally in the middle of our rep, and these kids come down and see these grown men drinking beers on a high school track. So that was kind of awkward.
Okay, kids are exposed to everything these days. They got iPhones when they're 6, so
That's
it's
true.
they have access to anything that the world would,
Yeah,
provide them. Riley Reid and all.
but yeah, I see what you
I
mean.
love that you slipped that in. Jesus Christ.
I see what you mean. Like you gotta be mentally tough as a runner as well. So like it comes, you gotta be fast, but tough is kind of the important thing.
Definitely.
I mean, it's
but-
guaranteed suffering.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. You're like running as fast as you can, so you're like doing a mile race, but then you're also chugging stuff, so your stomach's upset too. So it's like guaranteed terrible on both aspects.
Right. Because to me, it's like 40% running, 60% stomach, such as like learning to open your throat.
I would agree with that
Learn the
ratio.
beer in your stomach.
Yeah.
Or practicing chugging waters as you recommended in
Right,
previous
right.
videos. Like when you are about to prepare for a race, let's say Worlds is next week or next month, do you have to like adjust your training schedule Or do you just do the same training schedule you do for normal racing? You just add a couple more practice chugs?
Just add more practice chugs mostly, or like stomach stretching activities. So like,
What do you do?
Whoa.
You just get like a roller stomach.
yeah, I just take clamps, like clamp onto my stomach and just start pulling, stretch the skin out a little bit.
Hang from the refrigerator.
No, I try to it's paired with chugging, do volume chugging too. So like I'll try to do, if I can do like 5 or 6 bottles of water.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like 5 or 6 beers worth of volume. Just do that all in a row. Cause I'm like, oh, okay, if I can fit 6 beer bottles of water in me, I can fit 4 beers in me.
Mm-hmm.
And, or I'll also like a couple nights before the race or even the night before the race, I'll just like eat, like I'll be like, I'm buffeting tonight. I'm going to eat as much as physically possible.
To stretch
get
your
the stomach. Yeah. And I think it also helps with running too. Like before a race, it's good. Like when you eat a lot, you get more energy. So
yeah,
I don't know. I always used to like to, or I still do, like before, especially before marathons and
Isn't
stuff. Like
for like 48 hours or 36.
Yeah. You like pig
that.
out a little bit,
Yeah.
just eat a lot. You eat an extra serving or 2 of dinner.
Have your
extra
pasta
portion.
party.
Yeah.
that's good. I remember when I was in college, me and my buddy were at my apartment, and I was training for our Run Club beer mile race the night before. And like he would time me chugging a beer, and like to get used to this beer in my stomach, I drink the beer, I get in the ground and do like 20 sit-ups and then drink another beer.
That's probably, that's good.
It hurt. It really hurt.
Yeah.
It didn't help me though.
Why does that remind me of just like MMA fighters getting punched in the stomach when they're doing crunches?
That's another idea we can do. Just like drink a beer and then like hold on to some ropes and like lift my legs up.
And somebody's punching
Just
you.
like Kimbo Slice or someone to punch my stomach a bunch of times.
This is the perfect TikTok reel. Let's make it.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh.
With the Rocky theme song in the background.
Like, what's your best beer mile time, Adam?
650?
Yeah.
Question mark?
High 6s.
Yeah. I feel like I've run high 6s too.
But you've done that when you haven't been in that good of running shape too.
Yeah.
So not that I think running was your limiting factor.
I
It's
need
more
to get
just getting.
Yeah, I need to get back
beers
into
down.
like lifting shape if I want to.
Same.
If you can squat a house, you can sprint. That's what my track coach, football coach used to say in high school.
You're in football?
Well, no. So the football coach was also the track coach, and yeah, he would always say to the sprinters, he'd be like, "If you want to be a good sprinter, you got to be able to squat a house."
How heavy is a house?
I don't know.
I mean,
He was basically just saying, go to the gym and like lift your butt off and do squats, and if you do squats, you'll get faster.
Is he talking about like a single family home or like a mobile trailer park?
We're talking about a multi-family complex here.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's an apartment building.
Apartment building, a full apartment. It's a high rise.
Wow.
It's my building. Yeah, it's
It's
our
this
building.
building.
All made of concrete too.
Couple tons.
Quality building. A couple tons. I think this building is more than a couple tons.
Couple.
I don't even have a sense of like how many tons this would be. 50,
At
10,000.
least, yeah,
I
like
have no idea.
Should you even know,
355
really?
milliliters.
How would you know? 23 floors of concrete. It's probably a lot of tons.
You're an industrial engineer, aren't you?
Yeah, that has nothing to do with buildings. I'm not a civil engineer or a structures engineer.
You're not a rock person.
Yeah, no. Don't know
Okay.
anything about rocks.
Rock
Don't
engineer.
know anything about materials. Don't know anything about really not much
Anything.
about anything. It's the easiest engineering.
Aren't you more of a businessman these days?
I'm just a businessman. Yeah, I just do business.
I was a businessman doing business.
We're
I
just
started watching
doing
that show
business.
Succession. You guys watch that show?
I haven't seen that.
I've only seen TikToks about that show.
I started watching with my girlfriend, and like she is so stressed when watching it. I
feel like it
feel
would
her
stress.
stress.
Yeah, I feel like it would
I'm like,
stress me out.
maybe I should just watch this on the side.
Yeah.
Because like me, I'm like, oh, this is business talk. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, man, this be me someday. be some asshole that runs a company someday. But then like I realized like, yeah, this is pretty like depressing because like it's supposed to be the real the real life version of what corporate America is like. Me and her are probably just gonna not watch it together.
That sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So when we were in college, as we mentioned, us three have been in a running club in college. Go Iowa State. We would do beer miles maybe once or twice a year, usually after big meets, and when it's warmer, like in the fall or the spring. And like at the time, like the beer mile was kind of on the rise. Like it got more and more popular. FlowTrack had its first annual, and then Chris joined not too long, a year later, I think.
Yeah, a year later.
And it's just kind of shot up. But to me, it kind of has plateaued a little bit.
Oh,
Would you guys
100%.
agree?
Yeah, 100%.
I think in like 20. When was the last year FlowTrack put it on?
2016 was they only did 3 years, 2014 to 2016.
2016 was like for sure peak.
Because that's also when Corey Belmore came on the scene too.
Right,
so that was like unfathomable fast times for like the first time. I mean, people thought sub 5 was crazy, and then it's like, oh shit, he ran like 4:33. Okay, that's quite a bit faster than,
which is kind of nuts because like from
5.
2016 to now, it's like gotten even more competitive.
Yeah, it's definitely, the depth has gotten a lot better, and then obviously the world record has gotten faster.
It's kind of like with college football. You have Alabama, but like everyone's getting better, but Alabama's still the best.
I mean, kind of. Yeah, it's like Corey's gonna win, but second, third, and fourth are getting faster.
Right.
Corey's gonna still win though.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's. I would say that it has. Well, I mean, that's why we're here. We're trying to make it like accelerate again.
Yeah, I'm an ally of it. I've done it. I've experienced the pain. I mean, I'm here to help.
There we go.
I think. Yeah, I feel like professional high stakes beer miling plateaued, but still like there's so many people just doing like random ass beer miles.
That's what I was thinking. The number of people doing beer miles, I don't think it's plateaued.
Right.
Or if it has, it's like a lot of people. Yeah. Like even just this weekend in Chicago, I was invited to 2 different beer miles at the track. 2 different running clubs are doing beer miles. I didn't go to either of them, but
are you allowed to tell which ones?
Fleet Feet and what was actually the other one wasn't a club. I was trying to remember. Yeah, I don't think it's associated with a club. It was just a group of people that were going to do it.
Was it college?
No, not college. No, this was. But see, that's what's crazy. It's also adults too. Like the Fleet Feet group that went. It's like all like 40-year-olds and 30, like 35. Like it's older people for the most part, still enjoying their beer miles. So yeah, it's not that the beer mile as a sport is like declining. I think it's just we just need to get
better coverage.
Like the actual like the big races to get them to be back to kind of like the hype that FlowTrack had around it. But hey, so far this year's video, like with Corey hitting the world record and whatnot, it's getting a lot of eyeballs on it again. So our TikTok almost has 1 million views now.
What is it? I haven't seen
it. Of Corey and me chugging beers.
After the race?
No, just a bunch of clips during the race I took and put it in the thread.
Their chug zone.
Our TikTok's blown up, people, at Beer Mile. Honestly, it is though. It's like almost at 1 million views. We've got like 2,000 plus followers in the last week.
That's cool.
And
we need to learn how to use TikTok.
I know we need to get better at it. I just post the same shit on TikTok that I post elsewhere, and that's not what you do. But hey, that's what I did on this. I didn't even think this video was going to blow up. I was just like, hey, I'll put this on TikTok because I put it on Instagram, and now it's got 1 million views. It's crazy.
I work at a digital ad agency, and they have a TikTok because I don't understand why, but like they did a TikTok video of our CEO playing ping pong, and he gets beaten. That got 1 million plus views.
That's crazy. It's like somehow it just gets into the algorithm.
It's whatever appeals to like Gen Z.
Yeah, just which I don't know why us walking and chugging beers and I put that country song to it. It's about time for a drink. And I just put that song to it. And everyone thinks it's cool, so it's sweet.
I don't know.
That literally, I put no thought into that. I feel like I've tried so hard on other content that gets no views, and then I didn't even try on that one. I was like, oh, this is kind of funny.
Just send it.
That's really me with half my YouTube videos, man. My most popular videos are the ones I don't even like have the best content for.
Yeah. It's all just what gets in the algorithm. That's why like quantity of content or inconsistency is probably the best name of the game. Because like if you pump out enough stuff, eventually something is going to go viral.
Yeah. True.
You just got to shoot enough shots,
That's true.
Kobe wasn't going to be scoring 30, 40, 50 points a game if he wasn't shooting 50 shots, 100 shots,
There we go. That's very true. Let's kind of transition over to some general running stuff.